10 quintillion ants, the invisible army that rules the earth. Imagine a world so vast and teeming with life that even when we think we know all its inhabitants, we encounter an invisible and incalculable force. Today, we will explore something you probably never imagined: ants. Those tiny creatures that, together, represent an estimated population of 10 quintillion. To put this into perspective, that is approximately 2.5 million ants for every human on the planet. Think about it. Every step you take is surrounded, invisibly, by thousands, millions, even billions of hard-working tiny beings, invisible to our everyday perception. They build, defend, cultivate, organize, and shape entire ecosystems in a symphony of cooperation and efficiency that humanity is only beginning to understand. Today, you will discover not just numbers, but the complexity, intelligence, and importance of these creatures that truly dominate the earth. When we talk about 10 quintillion, we are dealing with a concept that surpasses our intuitive understanding. To give you an idea, if we tried to count one ant per second, it would take about 3 million years to reach 10 quintillion. They don't just exist, they form massive colonies that collectively represent almost the entire insect biomass on Earth. And these are not abstract numbers. These ants shape environments, fertilize soils, disperse seeds, and even control populations of other insects. Every forest, every savanna, every small patch of fertile soil is touched by these invisible engineers. One of the factors that make ants so remarkable is their sophisticated social organization. Each colony functions almost like a miniature human society, with defined castes, specialized roles, and advanced communication systems. There are queens, workers, soldiers, and in some species, even temporary roles that adapt to the group's needs. Cooperation among millions of individuals ensures the colony's survival, allowing them to face challenges that would be impossible for any insect alone. This means that, even in the face of predators, natural disasters, and competition, ants persist and thrive. How is it possible for millions of ants to work in perfect harmony without visible leaders? The answer lies in pheromones. These chemical signals allow each individual to send instant messages about food, danger, or new foraging routes. Imagine millions of invisible messengers transmitting information constantly, coordinating the complex construction of nests, tunnels, and even bridges made from their own bodies. It is an invisible chemical language that enables collective decisions and coordinated actions without any central supervision, and yet, it works with a precision that often surpasses human optimization algorithms. Ants are not only numerous, they transform the environment in which they live. Their nests aerate the soil, fertilize the earth, and control pest populations. Some species cultivate fungi in underground farms, like the famous Étau leafcutter ants, which rely on shredded leaves to feed their crops. Others, known as leafcutter ants, build complex tunnel systems that maintain stable temperature and humidity, functioning almost like a natural subterranean air conditioner. Every step of a colony is an ecological intervention that shapes forests and fields, showing that the impact of 10 quintillion ants goes far beyond their sheer numbers. Surviving as a tiny insect on a planet dominated by larger predators requires extraordinary strategies. Ants have developed defense tactics, such as sharp mandibles, potent stings, formic acid sprays, and even coordinated mass attacks. Some species practice social parasitism, infiltrating enemy colonies to control resources. Others maintain mutualistic relationships with plants, protecting them in exchange for food or shelter. This combination of vast numbers, social organization, and collective intelligence ensures that ants remain one of the most resilient species on Earth, capable of surviving environmental changes that would wipe out other populations. If we think of intelligence as the ability to solve problems and adapt, ants are masters of it. Each individual is relatively simple, but when millions work together, complex solutions emerge, a phenomenon known as collective intelligence. They find the shortest path to food sources, adjust the workforce according to demand, and even learn from past experiences. Scientists study ant colonies to understand optimization algorithms, inspiration for robotics, artificial intelligence, and logistics. Imagine 10 quintillion mini-engineers synchronized in real time, shaping the world without ever using words or numbers as we know them. Despite their cooperation within the colony, ants also engage in intense interspecies competition. They fight over territory, food, and natural resources, often in massive battles between rival colonies. Some invasive species, like the Argentine ant, displace entire native species, demonstrating how a dense and organized population can alter entire ecosystems. But the most fascinating part is that cooperation within the colony and competition outside of it create a dynamic balance that maintains the complexity of life on Earth. It is a planetary-scale game of strategy, conducted by beings less than a centimeter long. You might think that 10 quintillion ants have no connection to our daily lives, but nothing could be further from the truth. They affect agriculture, seed dispersal, pest control, and even scientific research. Some studies show that the presence of ants can directly influence forest growth and crop productivity. Additionally, studying their colonies provides insights for network science, distributed systems, and even artificial intelligence. We are, in a way, surrounded by these tiny invisible engineers shaping the world, while we remain largely unaware of their presence. When we translate abstract numbers into human scale, the magnitude of the ant population becomes even more impressive. For every human on Earth, there are roughly 2.5 million ants. Every step you take on the ground probably touches hundreds of them without you noticing. They form a silent, tireless, and incredibly efficient army, shaping the planet in invisible ways. It is impossible not to be amazed that, even with all our technology and power, the combined force of ants continues to dominate and mold the natural world. If you stop to think, you realize that the Earth is not dominated by humans, but by small, silent creatures. Ants are not just numbers. They are a reminder of the complexity of life and the interdependence of every organism. They teach us about collaboration, resilience, adaptation, and the power of organized populations. Understanding this invisible army makes us rethink our own existence, our environmental impact, and how we perceive life around us. If you are fascinated by the secret world of ants and want to explore more of nature's hidden wonders, subscribe to the channel now and activate notifications. In upcoming videos, we will reveal other invisible armies, extraordinary creatures, and natural phenomena that shape life on the planet. Don't miss this journey into a world you never imagined existed here. Every discovery will surprise you.